Since this story is about this legendary world, you know, beyond the edges of known space that somebody discovers, we thought that this sense of exploration, this sort of wild frontier, these sort of Western themes, right, that are sort of associated with stories like that, was something that we really wanted to reflect.
We kind of came up with this philosophy of, we're gonna do sci-fi. It's gonna have all the cool stuff like robots, aliens, laser guns, spaceships, all that stuff. But we want to keep it in this realm of people recognize something.
As a studio, we were trying to create zones that were very inviting, and when you looked at them, you thought to yourself, I gotta get in there. I gotta see what's going on.
So our process for creating the zone is an interesting one, and we've refined it over time as we develop the game. Of course, everything starts with concepts. One of the unique things about our zones and our game being so stylized is we try to add different shapes to zones. So like White Veil is a very rounded zone. So like you'll see like the paths that we paint on the ground like are actually curved, whereas in another zone the paths might be zigzag and harsh shapes. And this comes about from what do we want the feel or the mood of this place to be.
Afterwards, we start moving into the idea of starting to form the terrain based off of the concept art that our awesome illustrators come up with. So the 3D team then kind of moves in, our world design team creates terrain that is similar to what they're doing. So they can kind of create a space and come up with a art idea of what that looks like and match it to the painting. So we can say, okay, these are the terrain colors, all that other stuff.
And then it goes off to the design team. The design team will run through it and say, yeah, this space is big enough for the amount of content that we want to do. Then it gets passed back to the world art team, and they do another polish pass over it where we start putting in the big assets like trees or rocks or, you know, POIs, and we get the terrain textures painted down. So that's really where the zone starts coming together, and it starts to look like a place that you're going to play. Then what we do is we pass it over to the design content team, and they start putting in all the quests. Then the final pass is it goes back to the world art team, and they do the final polish. All that stuff, you know, is after the design happens. So it's really a back and forth process.
Genesis is our world building tool. It is a proprietary tool that we made here in-house at Carbine.
It's really the tool by which we build the entire game. It's used by designers, it's used by artists. Pretty much everything in the game goes through Genesis. And it allows us to take assets that are built with a 3D package and we place them all around. We do what we call set dressing, and everything can be edited. Every single aspect. And the amount of detail you can go into with Genesis is amazing. And the great thing about it, it allows us to build things very quickly. You know, an MMO is more than just playing a game. It's got to be a place you want to be. It's got to be a place you want to spend time in. It's like a vacation. It's, you know, like people go to these beautiful places, tropical islands and everything, because they want to experience it. If the whole world was gray and desolate, I only want to live in that world for about 2 hours. And we want people to live in our world for like, you know, 5 or 6 hours at a time if we can.
Our hope is that, you know, people love the game and want to see more of it and want to continue to live on Nexus and play on it and be part of it. But, you know, ultimately, my hope, honestly, is that people hop in and go, this looks so badass. I can't wait to get in here.